Good morning. So, it is Friday. That means it's Feel Good Friday. And I want to talk about something. You will notice I'm not in my kitchen because this morning for breakfast, I'm having overnight oats. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed this or if it's the same where you are, but the price of eggs is ridiculous. So we're adding in additional things, but we want to make sure that it is still diabetic friendly, delicious, and, well, full of protein. So my twist on overnight oats, I do have one small banana. I have cinnamon in here, but I don't have any sweetener. So it's just the oats, so it's half a cup of oats, 2/3 cup of milk. You can use milk of your choice, whether that's whole, low fat, no fat, skim, almond, soy, oat. You could have oatmeal in your oats. Oat milk in your oats. Yeah. Anyways, so let that soak in overnight, but I still wanted it warm. So I popped it in the microwave this morning, but it only took, 30 seconds or so to warm it up. I didn't have to dirty a whole pan. And then I've got the banana in there. I've got cinnamon in there because I really enjoy cinnamon. But then I also put in 2 tablespoons of almond flour or ground almonds. And that's going to put in protein as well as some other good nutrients. And it's a great way to add protein in. A couple of weeks ago, I did an oatmeal recipe where I made it an oatmeal custard, and you make a custard by tempering eggs and adding that in. And so I did that with my oatmeal a couple of weeks ago. But like I said, the price of eggs, absolutely ridiculous. Good morning, sunshine. So I'm talking this morning about breakfasts that are high in protein, low in sugar, and oats can be a part of that. One of the things that I do want to say is that I started with whole oats, unflavored, and I want to caution people that if you are using the pre-made packets of oatmeal, most of those are made with additional sugars, and even if it says sugar-free, they are using alternative sweeteners, because most of us have developed a overly sweet palate where we are craving that sugar. I made these yesterday to try them out, and I didn't put any sugar in them. I didn't put any honey in them, and I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but I was like, oh, that's really not that bad. That's pretty enjoyable. I would like it to be a little bit sweeter. So this morning, I put a banana in, because banana is a great natural sweetness, and I think it's a perfect level today. So Barbara, what are your, or anyone who is on watching, what is your go-to breakfast? And would you put it in a sweet or a savory category? I don't know what it is, but there is something warm and comforting about oatmeal. And that's really pretty delicious. It's cinnamon bananas. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like the banana bread, but banana bread gets like almost a caramelized thing with it, and it is a little bit sweeter, but Barbara says she's lost 4 pounds by removing most of the extra carbs from her diet. Yes, that is excellent. And if you are removing extra carbs, extra sugars, you can get a significant difference in how you feel, how you move. We do have a tendency to consume way too much, and if we do consume carbs, we need to make sure that we are having that balanced with protein. So like this really is only about half a cup of oats, and then it has like the milk, and I use animal cow milk, moo milk. So it's got protein in it. I've got the almond flour, so it's got protein in it. And then, you know, the banana has a lot of fiber as well as adding that natural sweetness to it. So Barbara says omelets are my go-to. Definitely savory and no toast. I love that, like, the whole omelet thing. That really is my go-to breakfast. I just started experimenting with some alternatives just because the price of eggs in our area is ridiculously high at the moment. It did not help that, you know, there was an 18-wheeler that was full of egg cartons that got tossed over on the side of the highway. And so we lost all of those. But so hello, the Bacon Goal. Very nice to have you over there on YouTube. And what is your like go-to breakfast? What are you, a sweet or a savory? Have you looked at what kind of different things are? I think my life, my health has gotten so much better since I have moved away from quick cereals and started bringing in more savory breakfasts. If you hang around, you will see very soon, because we're going to go back to it tomorrow. I just wanted to share this little bit about the almond flour in the oatmeal, because that was a really good. Oh, it's fine. I understood, like, you were joking. And when you're not with someone, you never know what the context of things are. Because in surprise and in, like, that's too good to be true kind of ways, I have absolutely been like, shut up, you must be kidding. Thank you for subscribing. We go live here in the mornings. On Thursdays, we're going to start doing open Q&As. So if you guys have questions about, you know, what to eat for breakfast, what not to eat for breakfast, or I don't know what kind of questions you guys would come up with. We're going to start doing Ask Me Anything on Thursdays. Because Thursdays is kind of my table talk day. That's when we talk about real things that people don't necessarily want to talk about, and just see where things go. And so we're going to do Ask Me Anything. So if you have questions, concerns, something you want to share, something that you think is cool, that you want to share with everyone else, make sure that you show up for those. Those are going to be more of a long form content. So Barbara on Facebook says that she used to crave sugar or sweets, but now she doesn't really crave them anymore. You know, I think that's very true. So I talked a couple of weeks back about how we can retrain our taste buds. A lot of the food, especially in the US, has been formulated so that it has like high salt, high sugar contents, because that releases a chemical dopamine response in our bodies, and it becomes addictive substances. So when we start cutting out some of the salts, some of the sugars, we can retrain that taste palate so that it enjoys a lot of the healthier foods. And then, like, if you are consistent about doing that and you end up going back, I went out to socialize with some friends last night, and I normally eat before I go places. One of our friends was having a takeout meal, and they had like 3 onion rings that were left over. And I like onions. I like onion rings. And he was like, anybody want these? And I was like, sure, I'll take onion rings. And they were good, but they were salty. Like, I noticed that, and I was like looking for my drink because I needed something to wash that down because it was salty. It was delicious. I appreciate him sharing. No, but like it has. My taste buds have changed because of all of the things. Princess Bella, thank you for joining in over on YouTube. And I see that I'm sorry that your stomach is hurting. I would need like more information as to why that happens, because there are so many different reasons why we can feel stomach discomfort after we eat, depending on what we eat and what we're used to eating. So I think you were on here, but you know, that would be a great question to bring to Ask Me Anything Thursdays, if you wanted to share a little bit more on that. And then hello, Owen, Bendheim Strong. I would love to go into that. Pizza is one of those things because it can have a lot of grease that goes with it. A lot of times they use a very yeasty dough that has a lot of gluten in it, because especially if they are, you know, doing anything that's hand tossed, even if they don't do hand tossed, it does tend to have a lot of gluten, and that can cause issues. And there's a lot of different things that go into that. So pizza is one of those things that I really don't eat anymore, just because it does cause a lot of problems. And it was hard when I first gave it up, but it's not been an issue. I hardly ever think about it these days. And even just thinking about it right now, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Like, I don't feel that draw, that craving that, oh, that sounds good. It doesn't really. Because even when I go back and I try it periodically, foods that I remember really loving, I will try and go back to every now and then. And a lot of them I've just come around to, you know, that just really is not as good as I remember. And I am a diabetic, and I was 350 pounds at my heaviest. And I have lost 150 of those, and I continue to work out, eat better, and I am on a journey to be healthier and sharing that with other people. So, but Barbara says she scrapes off the topping and leaves the bread. You know, if there was a way to do like pizza bowls, right? Which I'm pretty sure is just, I don't even know what that would be. But there's lots of good things on that. Like, I think at this point, I would rather just have like the cheese and like the pepperoni chopped up and on top of a nice salad. Like, that gets you all of the things. So many different things, but I hope you guys are experimenting, that you will share some of the things that are helpful for you to eat a little bit better, feel a little bit better, because we all deserve to feel really good and be confident in our meal choices. And even if we are not consuming what a lot of people think of mainstream as being what's there and what's popular, we should still be really happy and confident. So Princess Bella, you'll have to go through, I love the fact, I see it as like typed out, but I feel like it's all emojis. And I love having you here. I hope you will continue to show up. I'm gonna wrap things up here for now because I have a lovely breakfast to go and enjoy. But thank you guys for being here. We will be back on Monday. We're going to do a motivational Monday. We're going to be changing things up a little bit. So I will be going live on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So we'll do a motivational Monday. We'll do a wellness Wednesday. We'll do the long content where we're going to go for about 45 minutes-ish, but we're going to start that one early. Thursdays are going to start at 7:30, and we're going to go until a little bit after 8. And you guys can jump in and ask me anything, and I will answer as best I can. And then Feel Good Fridays, where we're going to share like a little tip. This morning it was warm oatmeal, and who knows? Next week I'm looking at doing like some exercisey stuff for our Feel Good Friday. And we'll talk about those kind of things. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for commenting and sharing your thoughts. And I look forward to talking to you next time.